What if I told you that heaven does not respond first to talent, not to perfection, not even to loud prayers? It responds to one simple decision that most people never make, the decision not to quit. Right now, some of you are so much closer than you think, but the pressure is making you question everything. You prayed, and it feels like nothing changed. You obeyed, and it seems like nothing happened. You waited, and heaven stayed silent. But what if heaven wasn't silent? What if it was watching, waiting? Stay with me for a few minutes, because today I'm going to show you exactly what heaven responds to when you refuse to quit, and why your persistence may be the very thing that unlocks your breakthrough. The first thing we have to understand is that heaven watches our endurance, not our emotions. The Bible never, ever says that heaven moves when you feel strong. It moves when you stand anyway. Hebrews 10:36 says, "You have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise." Did you catch that? The promise comes after endurance. It doesn't come after a feeling of excitement. It doesn't come after you finally have perfect clarity, and it certainly doesn't come after you feel comfortable. So many people quit emotionally long before they ever quit physically. They stop believing, stop hoping, and just go through the motions, but heaven responds when you keep showing up, even without a single person cheering you on. Heaven takes special note when you choose to worship while you are exhausted. It pays attention when you pray while you feel utterly discouraged. And it honors you when you obey while you are completely confused about what's happening. Your faithfulness in the quiet and seen moments is a powerful message that resonates far beyond what you can see. This leads to a crucial truth: delay is not denial, it's development. Think about it. God often delays the result to build the vessel. He is more interested in who you are becoming during the process than he is in just handing you the outcome. If he gave you the promise before you were ready, it might crush you. The weight of the blessing requires a certain strength that is only forged in the waiting. Look at the heroes of our faith. Joseph had these incredible, God-given dreams, but prison came first. He spent years in a pit and a prison cell, being shaped, molded, and prepared. David was anointed king as a young boy, but he spent the next decade hiding in caves, running for his life. Jesus himself, the promise for all humanity, waited 30 years before beginning his public ministry. If quitting were an option, destiny would never mature. Your character would never be refined. Your faith would never grow deep roots. Heaven responds with power when you can look at your circumstances and say, "God, I don't understand this, but I trust you. My situation doesn't change who you are." This refusal to quit, this stubborn faith, trains you to operate without needing visible proof. It teaches your spirit to rely on the unseen reality of God's faithfulness, which is far more real than any temporary challenge you're facing. So, how do we communicate this trust? Well, persistence is a language that heaven understands perfectly. In Luke chapter 18, Jesus tells a story to show that we ought always to pray and not lose heart. He talks about a persistent widow who kept coming to an unjust judge. She had no power, no influence, no connections. The judge didn't care about her at all. But she won her case. Why? Not because of a brilliant argument, but because she would not stop asking. She was relentless. Heaven responds to that kind of consistency. It responds to repeated obedience when it makes no sense. It responds to a relentless trust that refuses to be shaken by circumstances. Your consistent prayers are not falling on deaf ears. Every time you choose faith over fear, you are speaking a language that moves the heart of God. The enemy knows this, which is why the attacks often get most intense right before the breakthrough. He is trying to get you to stop speaking the one language that guarantees his defeat, the language of persistence. Now, this is a truth that can change everything for you. Quitting can cancel what was already moving toward you. Some of your prayers were answered the very moment you prayed them, but the manifestation is still traveling to you. The prophet Daniel prayed and fasted for 21 days. On the 21st day, an angel finally appeared to him and said something astonishing. In Daniel 10:12, the angel says, "From the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come because of your words." The answer was sent on day 1. But there was a spiritual battle in the heavens that caused a 21-day delay. Imagine if Daniel had quit on day 20. He would have given up just before his victory arrived. He would have walked away, thinking God never heard him, when in reality, the answer was already on its way. Heaven responds to people who stay in position long enough to receive what has already been released. Don't abandon your post. Your refusal to quit is your signal to heaven that you are ready and waiting to receive. And that's the final point. Your refusal to give up sends a powerful signal to heaven. When you choose to stand your ground, when you refuse to quit, you are making a profound declaration of faith. You're saying, God is trustworthy, His word is true, and the promise He gave me is worth this wait.